Hello there. In this video, we'll talk about string methods and how you can use them. Alright, I'm in the idle shell now. Suppose I create a string in here, so double quotes, and inside the string, I will write fruit. Now, all the alphabets in the string are lowercase, as you can see. Now, suppose you want to convert this complete string to uppercase, okay? Now you can do that with the help of a string method. Now to do that, after the string, you will add a dot. Then you write the name of your method, okay? Method name here. And then parentheses. Now we have a method called upper that I can use if I want to convert this string to uppercase, okay? So string dot method name. In this case, the method name is upper and then parentheses. When you hit enter, it gives you a new string, but now all the alphabets are uppercase. Okay. Now make sure you add those parentheses. Okay. If you do not write them, hit enter, you get something like this. So make sure the parentheses are there. Now this is one example of a string method. Also, it's not like you have to put the entire string here. You can also save that string in a variable first. So like word equal and then string fruit. And now I can apply this upper method on the word variable. So word dot upper parentheses enter. And you can see this thing and this thing are exactly the same, because if you apply this upper on word is a string, so it's the same thing as that. Let's take a look at another example of a string method. Now suppose the word variable is equal to a string, but now everything is uppercase inside that string. Now in this case, you want to convert it to lowercase. How can you do that? You can do that with a string method. So word dot lower parentheses this time, enter, and now this generates a new string and everything is lowercase inside that string. Another thing is that the name of the method is case sensitive, okay? Case sensitive. What does this mean? It means that if you write word.lower with a capital L, it gives you an error, okay? It does not know about this lower, okay? So it has to be exactly like that. All lower cases with this spelling. The same thing goes for the upper method, okay? It is also case sensitive. The string methods are case sensitive, so you have to remember their name. So in this case, if I, let's just say, make this R capital and I run, and again, it doesn't work. So always make sure you write the correct name of the string method. Now there are a couple of string methods, okay? I'll demonstrate another method. Suppose you have a string text equal and then the string has, and then let's just say about a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now if I say text, which is my string, and I apply a method on it, so after the string you add a dot and then the method name. In this case, we will use the method count parentheses. Okay, now the count method is used if you want to count how many times an element exists within the string. Let's just say I want to count how many times this star is present within the string. Now if you run it like this, it gives you an error. It says count takes at least one argument. The problem with this line is you're telling it to count something in the string, but you're not telling it what it has to count. So now in the parentheses, you have to pass it as a string. So string here, and I'll put a star here, the asterisk sign, hit enter, and you can see it gives me 5, which is an integer. So it basically goes to this string and counts how many times the asterisk signs, the star sign is present. So it's 5. And again, this is another example of a string method. Alright, if you have a string text equal and then all these dots, and in between if I write something like apple run. Now there's a method that you can use to find the index of an element within the string, okay? So if I say text, which is the variable that has my string, dot, the method name is find, parentheses, okay? Now you tell it what it has to find. So you have to pass in that as a string, so quotes in here. Now if I write apple here, run, it gives me 19. Now 19 is basically the index where this apple is starting from, okay? So it is giving me the index of this A basically, because at this point this apple is starting. So what it does is it goes within the string, finds that complete match, which is here, and gives you the index of the first element, which is A, and then 19. Now another useful thing about find method is that if the thing that you're trying to find does not exist within the string, it gives you -1. So for example, if I say find, this time I'll say orange, hit enter, and now it gives me -1. Now -1 does not mean that it's in the end. It simply means that this does not exist within the string, okay? Now another really important method that you can use is, suppose I have this string and then it has John, 20, john@gmail.com. Okay, so this is the name of the person, the age, and the email. And now all of this is present inside a string. Let's just say you want to separate all of this information. To do that, you have a method called split. So if I say text dot split parentheses, okay, now inside the parentheses you have to add the separator, okay? What is the separator that is dividing your information? So in our case, the separator is a comma, because between every piece of information that we want, there's a comma. So comma here, comma here. Now as a string, you will add the comma. So separator is this, hit enter, and you can see it splits the string, okay? And now every piece of information is separate. John is separate, 20 is separate, john@gmail.com is separate, okay? This is a list. We will definitely talk a lot about this list in the coming videos. Now inside a string, there are a couple of methods that you can use, okay? So far we have talked about count, upper, lower, find, split, okay? 5 methods so far, but there are more as well. If you want to take a look at all the methods that are available, you can just say help, parentheses, str, okay? Help, parentheses, str, enter. And if you go up, now ignore the ones which are starting with these underscores. Start right here, okay? Capitalize. Capitalize is a method that you can apply on a string in order to return the capitalized version of the string, which means that the first character will be uppercase and the rest of the string will be lowercase. So you can use this method, okay? And just like this, you have other methods as well. Now at this point, you don't have to memorize these methods, okay? You can start off by practicing these, which I displayed. And when you're comfortable with that, you can also try out these as well. You don't have to remember them, you just have to know that they are there. And if you need one of these in the future, you can always check them using this help function. So help, parentheses, str. Now if you have any confusions, questions, you can comment down below and I'll be happy to guide you.